What's up, YouTube? It's Ben, and in this video, we're going to talk about what makes your agency different. All right, guys, so happy Monday, happy brand new week, and I wanted to jump right into this. I get this question all the time. Ben, what should I say when a prospect asks me, what makes my agency unique, or what's different about us, or anything like that, anything similar to that question? Now, I have a very specific response to this question, and it comes from years of getting asked the question. Oftentimes, people won't even ask it, but when it does come up, it's really, really squirmy because there's not a right answer, not a wrong answer, and it gets really kind of weird and awkward with your prospect. I'm not even going to just beat around the bush or anything. I'm going to tell you flat out exactly what I say when they ask me if my agency is different or how it's different. I say, nothing makes my agency different. Okay, so you're probably saying, Ben, you're crazy, you're nuts. Why would you ever say that to a prospect? That sounds so stupid, that makes no sense. Well, let's unpack that, okay? So when someone asks me what makes your agency different or why should we use you, yada, yada, all of that kind of stuff, there is no real answer to that. The only answer that you can give is some sort of competitive answer, and you always want to stay away from competition with other agencies. It never works out. The reason I say that is because you're always just going to be going tit for tat, back and forth between this agency, that agency, you, and what you can do versus what they can do and their capabilities and yours and how many people they have and you and whatever. That battle never, ever goes in your favor. So going back to my answer about nothing, let me just explain how I phrase that. So prospect says to me, Ben, can you tell me a little bit about what makes your agency different than another agency? My response to the prospect, well, Mr. or Mrs. Prospect, my agency is absolutely no different than any other agency. Nothing makes us different. And here's why. Because we all utilize the same tools. We all use LinkedIn. We all use Indeed for search. We're all going to find the same talent pool. Mostly, we're all going to be searching for the same types of roles. We're all going to be looking for good candidates that we can bring back to you that you can hire. Furthermore, I want you to be aware that the biggest and most important factor in this for us is our relationship with you and what we can bring to the table. That's what makes us different, if anything were to make us different at all. Aside from that, we're all the same. We're all recruiters. We're all using the same tech, tools, candidates, everything. So there's nothing that's going to be different there. Okay, so I just accomplished two things by answering that question the way I did. The first thing that I did is I completely disarmed the prospect entirely. They have no rebuttal to that answer. If I were to try to say, well, we're so different because we have an amazing candidate pool and we utilize this proprietary technology that allows us to, gain access to XYZ, blah, 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 blah. That's just a lost talk track. It's a losing talk track. It's not going to work, right? By telling the prospect that nothing makes us different than any other agency, I'm actually gaining leverage by completely disarming them and not allowing them to have any rebuttal. They would have no rebuttal to that answer. There is no rebuttal I've ever heard when I've told a prospect that answer that made any sense whatsoever. We just simply moved along the conversation and 99% of the time signed a contract. The second thing that I accomplished by doing that is I actually created the start of a relationship by being radically honest and radically transparent with that prospect. When a prospect asks you a question like that, they're gonna expect you to come back with some kind of crazy firepower answer that's gonna be like, we use this proprietary technology and we have access to XYZ database and we have the best of the best of the best of the best. That's not gonna work ever. It's always a losing battle. It always goes downhill. It's always tit for tat. Like I said, we don't wanna go back and forth like that. So by being different, I'm going to not be different. Make sense? It's a winning strategy because the prospect is caught off guard. This is oftentimes referred to as pattern interrupt, right? There's a normal pattern that goes through in that cycle, right? They ask you some questions, you come back with some good answers, they like you, you move forward. But I'm going to completely interrupt that pattern by answering that question in specific by saying that our agency is no different than any others. We all use the same stuff and we're all the same. We're going to be bringing you the same candidates probably. So with that being said, we want to focus just on building a good relationship with you and making sure that relationship is great because everything else is going to be the same. You see, there is one specific thing you have to understand about a prospect before you can understand why this answer works really, really well. The prospect is only concerned if you can actually find them a solution, fill the position, right? Or positions, whatever it is. They want solutions. They don't want nicey nice. They don't want anyone they like or that just schmoozes them. They don't like that stuff. True to their heart, they don't like that. All they want is a solution, right? They want people to fill up the roles that they have open. They want more revenue produced by bringing people in to work the night shift. They want something to happen like that. They want a solution. They don't want anything else. So don't give them anything else. Don't give them, the XYZ database, the proprietary this and that, the technology and the candidate pool. They don't want that. Of course, on the back end, you're going to use all of your tools and tech and everything that you do have on the back end to find them the proper candidates and do that very streamlined and bring them the best of the best. But at the beginning stage, right, when you're at the offer stage, right, of being, accepted to be their vendor, you don't need to bring all that firepower out. It's totally unnecessary and it's overkill. Literally killing of the deal. What I am really trying to say here is that prospects will like you 10 times more than if you were to give them some kind of schmoozy answer rather than just being real with them and being direct and upfront. That's really what people want and that's really what people resonate with. Everybody wants to buy, but nobody wants to get sold. That's the deal. That's why I always say that recruiting is not sales. You can refer to many, many things in recruiting that relate very, very parallel to sales, but recruiting itself is not sales. Therefore, you should not approach this particular question as a sales question and answer it as such. So, like I said, by disarming yourself and saying nothing makes me different than the other guy, right? You're disarming the prospect. And by doing that, you're essentially creating a more level playing field between you and this new prospect that you want to do business with. The next time a prospect asks you what makes your agency different, let them know nothing. All right, so I hope this video was valuable for you. If it was, please smash that like button, hit subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, as well as the bell alert button so that you can know every single time I come out with a brand new video. Until then.